Howdy, and welcome to the Adopt-A-Spot training program presented to you by the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department. Let's get into it. For the introduction, what is the Adopt-A-Spot program? The Adopt-A-Spot program is a volunteer program that allows individuals or groups to adopt a specific area in Alamogordo and commit to keeping it clean and litter-free. Adopted areas can include parks, sidewalks, streets, or other public spaces. The Adopt-A-Spot program is a great way to make a difference in your community and to help keep Alamogordo beautiful. It's also a great way to meet new people and to get involved in your community. Why is it important? The Adopt-A-Spot program is important for a number of reasons. First, it helps to keep Alamogordo clean and litter-free. Litter is unsightly and can be a health hazard. It can also attract pests and rodents, and by keeping our community clean, we can improve the quality of life for everyone. Second, the Adopt-A-Spot program helps to build community pride. When people see that their community is clean and well maintained, they feel a sense of pride. This can lead to a more positive attitude about the community and a greater willingness to get involved in making it even better. Third, the Adopt-A-Spot program teaches people about the importance of environmental stewardship. When people participate in the program, they learn about the negative effects of litter and the importance of keeping our environment clean. This knowledge can help to create a more sustainable future for Alamogordo and the surrounding area. Finally, the Adopt-A-Spot program is a great way to meet new people and get involved in your community. When you participate in the program, you will be working with other people who share your interest in keeping Alamogordo beautiful. This can lead to new friendships and a stronger sense of community. Who can participate? The Adopt-A-Spot program is open to individuals, families, groups, and businesses. Anyone who is interested in helping to keep Alamogordo clean and litter-free is welcome to participate. There are no age restrictions for the program. However, children under the age of 14 must be accompanied by an adult. Responsibilities of adopter groups. Select a spot in the city to adopt. Step 1. Consider your group's interests and capabilities. What are your group's interests? Do you enjoy cleaning up parks, streets, or other public spaces? Are you interested in beautifying a specific area? Once you know what your group is interested in, you can start to narrow down your options. Select a spot in the city to adopt continued. Step 2. Consider the size of your group. How many people are in your group? The size of your group will affect the size of the area you can adopt. If you have a small group, you may want to adopt a smaller area, such as a park bench or sidewalk. If you have a larger group, you may be able to adopt a larger area, such as a park or a street. Step 3. Consider the location of the area. Where is your group located? If you're located in a central area of Alamogordo, you may have more options for areas to adopt. If you're located in a more rural area, you may have fewer options. Step 4. Contact the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department. Once you have considered your group's interests and capabilities and location, you can contact the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department to discuss your options. We can help you find an area that is appropriate for your group. Normally, I would be presenting this in person, and that arrow is supposed to be pointing to me when I'm standing in front of the group. Step 5, visit the area. Once you have found an area that you're interested in, you should visit the area to see if it's a good fit for your group. This will give you a chance to see the size of the area, the amount of litter, and the accessibility of the area. And finally, step 6, select the area. If you're happy with the area, you can select it to adopt. The Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department will provide you with a sign to place in the area to let people know that you are responsible for keeping it clean. Maintain the adopted spot in a clean and litter-free condition. Here are some tips for maintaining your adopted spot in a clean and litter-free condition. Clean up regularly. The more often you clean up, the less litter will accumulate. Aim to keep your adopted spot at least once a month. Be prepared. Make sure you have the necessary supplies on hand, such as trash bags, gloves, and a litter grabber. You may also want to bring a water bottle and a sunscreen. Be safe. Be aware of your surroundings and take precautions to stay safe, especially if you're cleaning up in an area that is not well lit or that is frequented by wildlife. Encourage others to help. Let your friends, family, and neighbors know about your adopted spot and encourage them to help you keep it clean. And be patient. It may take some time to see a difference, but if you're consistent with your cleanup efforts, you will eventually see your adopted spot become cleaner and more litter free. Report litter cleanup events. Log your cleanup efforts. Keep a record of your cleanup efforts, including the date, time, location, and amount of litter collected. This will help you track your progress and stay motivated. Report your cleanups to the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department. The Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department would love to hear about your cleanup efforts. You can report your cleanups by email, phone, or through the Adopt-A-Spot page on the City of Alamogordo's website. Share your cleanups on social media. Share your cleanups on social media to spread the word about your efforts and encourage others to get involved. Look at him. He's sharing. Social media, probably Facebook. Here are the steps on how to report your litter cleanup events to the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department. 1. Go to the City of Alamogordo website. Click on the search box. Type event report and then click enter. Click the first link of the search results. Fill out the form. Submit the form. This is very important. If you do not report your litter cleanup events or anything that you do at your Adopt-A-Spot location, you do not get credit for those. So make sure that you report your events. Plan and organize cleanup events. Set a goal. What do you hope to achieve by organizing a cleanup event? Do you want to clean up a specific area or do you want to raise awareness about litter? Choose a date and time. Choose a date and time that is convenient for your volunteers. Gather supplies. Make sure you have the necessary supplies on hand, such as trash bags, gloves, and a litter grabber. Coordinate with the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department for a litter kit if need be. Plan your route. If you are cleaning up a large area, you'll need to plan your route. This will help make sure that you don't miss any spots. Communicate with your volunteers. Let your volunteers know the date, time, location, and route of the cleanup. You should also provide them with instructions on how to get involved. Follow up after the event. Thank your volunteers for their help and let them know how much litter was collected. You can also use this opportunity to get feedback on the event and to plan for future cleanups. Hazards associated with litter cleanup. Sharp objects. Sharp objects such as broken glass can cause cuts and puncture wounds. Here's how to prevent that. Wear thick gloves and long sleeves when cleaning up litter. Be careful not to reach into areas where you cannot see what is below the surface. First aid. If you are cut or punctured by a sharp object, wash the wound immediately with soap and water. Seek medical attention if the wound is deep or bleeding heavily. Those are needles and syringes. These are some common sharp objects that you might find when doing your cleanup events. Forks, knives, razors, nails or screws, and glass. Broken glass in this case. Sometimes they can be hard to see. This one wasn't. Needles. Needles, such as hypodermic needles, can be contaminated with bloodborne pathogens such as HIV and hepatitis B and C. Prevention. Wear thick gloves and eye protection when cleaning up litter. Be careful not to reach into areas where you cannot see what is below the surface. Do not bend or break needles. First aid. If you are stuck by a needle, wash the area immediately with soap and water. Seek medical attention immediately. Animal waste. Animal waste can contain harmful bacteria and parasites. Wear thick gloves and long sleeves when cleaning up in areas where there is animal waste. If you come into contact with animal waste, wash the area immediately with soap and water. I'm not going to show a picture of poop because we all know what poop looks like. Batteries, some sort of spray chemicals. Who knows what that is? A drawing rendition of spray chemicals, rotten fruits, hazardous materials. Hazardous materials such as batteries, paint cans, and chemicals can be harmful if they are not handled properly. Prevention. Be aware of the potential hazards of the area you are cleaning up. If you see any hazardous materials, do not touch them. Contact the proper authorities to have them removed. First aid. If you come into contact with hazardous materials, seek medical attention immediately. Traffic safety. When adopting a road or a median, it's important to be aware of traffic safety. Here are some tips to help keep you safe. Choose a time to clean up when traffic is light. This will help reduce the risk of being hit by a car. Wear bright clothing so that drivers can see you. A reflective vest is a good option. The Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department's litter kits contain bright orange reflective safety vests if you request a litter kit. Clean up in groups. This will give you someone to watch out for you and to help you if you need it. Do not clean up in the middle of the road. Stay on the shoulder of the road or in a median. Be aware of your surroundings. Watch for cars coming from both directions. Do not cross the road unless it is safe to do so. Wait for a break in traffic. If you're cleaning up in a road or median, it's also a good idea to contact your local police department. They may be able to provide you with additional safety tips or help you coordinate with traffic control. It's important to be aware of the hazards associated with litter cleanup and to take steps to protect yourself. By following these safety tips, you can help keep yourself safe while you're making a difference in your community. Here are some additional tips for staying safe during litter cleanup. Be aware of your surroundings, pay attention to what is around you, and be aware of any potential hazards. Be careful when lifting and moving objects. Make sure that you have a good grip on the object and that you are lifting it in a safe manner. Do not work alone. If possible, work with a partner or group of people. This will help to keep you safe in case of an emergency. Take breaks. If you're feeling tired or overwhelmed, take a break. This will help you to prevent injuries. How to dispose properly of litter. Proper disposal of litter is important for a number of reasons. It helps to keep our environment clean and healthy, and it prevents litter from harming wildlife, and it helps to keep our community safe. Look at those safe children and puppy. Here are some tips for properly disposing of litter. Place litter in trash bags. This will help to keep the litter contained and prevent it from blowing away or contaminating the environment. Tie up the trash bags tightly. This will help to prevent the litter from spilling out. Dispose of the trash bags in a proper waste receptacle. This could be a trash can, a dumpster, or a recycling bin. How to properly dispose of litter. Again, most importantly, just don't litter. This is the most important tip of all. If you don't litter, there will be less litter to dispose of. Here are some additional tips for disposing of litter. Be aware of the different types of litter and how to dispose of them properly. For example, hazardous materials should be disposed of at a hazardous waste disposal facility. If you're unsure how to dispose of a particular type of litter, contact your local waste management company. They will be able to help you dispose of the litter properly. If you're cleaning up in a large area, you may need to rent a dumpster. This is a good option if you have a lot of litter to dispose of. By following these tips, you can help keep our environment clean and healthy and prevent litter from harming wildlife. How to maintain your adopted spot. Regular litter cleanup. Clean up litter regularly. This will help to keep your adopted spot clean and litter free. Be aware of the different types of litter and how to dispose of them properly. For example, hazardous materials should be disposed of at a hazardous waste disposal facility. If you're unsure how to dispose of a particular type of litter, contact your local waste management company. They will be able to help you dispose of the litter properly. Weeding. Weed your adopted spot regularly. This will help to keep your adopted spot looking its best. Be sure to remove all of the weeds, including the roots. This will help to prevent the weeds from coming back. If you are not sure how to identify or remove weeds, contact your local nursery or garden center. They'll be able to help you. Planting flowers. Plant flowers in your adopted spot. This will help to add color and beauty to your adopted spot. Choose flowers that are appropriate for the climate and the location of your adopted spot. For tips on this, Google xeriscape. Plant the flowers in the spring or the fall. This will give them a chance to establish themselves before the hot summer weather or the cold winter weather. Other maintenance tasks. Trim trees and shrubs. This will help to keep your adopted spot looking its best and to prevent trees and shrubs from becoming overgrown. Repair benches and other structures. This will help to keep your adopted spot safe and inviting. Report any damage to the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department. They'll be able to help you repair the damage or to remove the hazards. Here are some additional tips for maintaining your adopted spot. Be creative. There are many different ways to maintain your adopted spot. Get creative and find ways to make it your own. Have fun. Maintaining your adopted spot should be enjoyable. If you're not having fun, you're less likely to stick with it. Get help from others. If you need help maintaining your adopted spot, don't be afraid to ask for help from friends, coworkers, family, or neighbors. Conclusion. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department Adopt-A-Spot program. We're glad you are participating in the program and helping to keep our community clean and beautiful. This would be the spot in the presentation where I would ask for questions and I would answer them. Finally, here's your next steps. Here are some next steps you can take to get involved. Select an area to adopt. If you haven't already, consider your interests and capabilities when selecting an area. Gather supplies. Make sure you have the necessary supplies, such as a trash bag, glove, and litter grabber. Plan your cleanup. Decide when and how you will clean up your adopted spot. Start cleaning. Get out there and start making a difference in your community. 6 months. After you have completed at least 2 events in 6 months, you will be eligible to get your adoption certificate and Adopt-A-Spot sign. We hope to see you out there. Finally, the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Department thanks you for your continued efforts towards keeping Alamogordo beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this presentation on the training. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you so much.